Waves started coming in. I was really nervous. My mom kept on saying, go upstairs, and it was scary.
8 years ago today, Hurricane Katrina made landfall. The hurricane, or the Category 3 storm, washed away lives and homes when it slammed into the Gulf Coast.
The hurricane itself did a great deal of damage, but its aftermath was also catastrophic. Levees in New Orleans gave out, causing massive flooding. It caused more than $100 billion in damage and is still considered the most devastating natural disaster in U.S. history.
Think of this. Katrina killed more than 1,800 people, making it the third deadliest storm ever. This morning, a wreath-laying ceremony was held at the Katrina Memorial Site in New Orleans, where more than 1,500 of those deaths happened. Well, memories of the storm bring up strong emotions for those whose lives were touched by it.
Fox 10 News reporter Will Robinson-Smith went to South Jackson County, Mississippi today and spoke with someone who decided to pick up his life right where he left off.
A blue truck and a chunk of a tree. These are just two items that Hurricane Katrina swept through the home of Vaughn Johnson and his friends 8 years ago. But despite the devastation, it only took a few days following the storm for Johnson and his friends to return home to pick up their lives.
All in all, it was stuff you see in the movies. It's stuff that people were paid to come up with to entertain people in the theaters. It was nothing like you could imagine, so it was devastating.
Johnson says it took about 2 years to rebuild this house before they were able to move back. But as far as whether or not he was coming back or not, that was never in question.
If she has any, it was never a thought to where we're going to go. Like, we could go anywhere we wanted, but why would we? We love the coast. The coast is awesome, to us at least. So.
But the story for Vaughn and his friends isn't the same for everyone in the neighborhood. Even though they built this house and came back just a couple years after the hurricane, many of the neighbors, including those across the street, never came back. Many of the lots that once held large, luxurious houses now stand empty. Little remains of these homes, save a barbecue or a driveway or a few pieces of trash. And even though Johnson says the incident is one he would never choose to experience again, there was one bright spot after the storm.
The stuff you could see from yes, people were devastated and saddened by the loss of property and life, but they still stood up. They still stood up and went and got the things they needed and did what they had needed to do to move on and to start rebuilding and start helping others rebuild.
But until his neighbors down the road decide to join him again, all that remains is the view. In Jackson County, Mississippi, Will Robinson-Smith, Fox 10 News.
After the break, we're checking back in with our chief meteorologist, Jason Smith.